Hello there, John Q. I love this movie.
That's right. I'm about to monologue, son.
I love the movie John Q mainly because I love Denzel Washington and his portrayal of John Quincy Anderson. Crap, I already forgot his name. But yeah, I love his portrayal because he just seems like the perfect father, the caring father, the one who will never leave his family, the one who is there to do anything for his family. And I love that. There are issues with the actual story. However, a lot of the things are basically based in truth about the HMOs, PPOs, the difference between them. If anyone knows the difference, if anyone's spent much time in hospitals, they already are well aware that there are massive differences between those types of things. I spent all my childhood basically in the hospital, thanks to my parents having better insurance, thanks to my parents, things like that. It's just like, okay, you can tell. However, the biggest issue I have with the story is he's a kid. The kids will, no matter what, find care in the U.S. There is always care for children, no matter what. Always. There are always places that will put them as top priority, at least back when this movie was made, back when I was sick. So there are a bunch of things that are just like, I can see why they used a child, because it's far more impactful to see Denzel Washington's reaction to a child. Because if it was like his brother, you wouldn't care as much. It would be like, okay, yeah, I feel bad, but the fact that it's his child and he's like the best father, he's happily married, even though they struggle financially, they still have much love. It's just one of those things. They're just like, okay, that is why they have to do it. They're trying to address real topics, but it's just like, oh my gosh, his portrayal is amazing. I instantly, from the beginning, like the second he's looking for a job in the beginning, before anything goes down, you already feel bad for him, but he's always upbeat about it. He doesn't let adversity get him down. I think that's the right word. I need to really up my vocabulary. I'm getting worse as I speak. Yeah, but it's just like one of those things. I love how you can immediately connect with him. The movie starts out with basically a woman getting crashed in a car, so you kind of know where things are going, but as the movie escalates, you don't know if the kid will get a heart in time. And it's just one of those things at the very end is that iconic line, I'm not going to bury my son. My son's going to bury me. It's just like every time I get choked up, because it's just like, yeah, that's a father. A father's job is basically to teach their son everything they know and then pass on. It's just inherent. And he knew his role. He knew his job as a father. And it's just one of those things that's just like, yeah, that is what it means to be a father. So I love it because it's basically, I see that in my own parents. And it's always nice to see a movie that it's actually very family centric, because you see this more in the older movies than you do the movies now. But Denzel Washington is just an amazing actor. I've always loved him. Basically everything he has done, I have never seen a portrayal of him that has been poor. He always seems to know what will work, and he always seems to have directors, because he always works with the Scotts, Tony Scott and Ridley Scott. Like always, there are a ton of movies that he works with. I mean, that's what Tony Scott did Unstoppable. Yeah, he always seems to work with one of them. But I mean, if you work good with someone, if they can bring out the best in you, stick with them. I can see that, because there are a lot of actors who work with directors over and over and over again. Sometimes the relationship isn't that good, but what I mean by not good is that they end up playing the same character over and over and over and over again. But Denzel Washington is one of those that, even though he's kind of does the same, he is different enough to be loved and an amazing actor, because you can see it in his face, because he's literally the same character, just put in different situations. Either he's a drunk protecting a little girl, or he's a father trying to get his heart. So it's just like, I love this movie mainly because of Denzel Washington, his portrayal, and the fact that there is comedy in this film. Surprisingly, a very emotionally centered movie has some comedy, like the wife beater that they have. I mean, it's funny when he's finally beaten by the woman he had been beaten, and the fact that everyone around is just laughing at the fact, because yeah, that is funny. Yeah, she finally gets her revenge. She finally gets equal, and then everyone else starts like, "Ooh, that hurt me," because she kicks him where she shouldn't have kicked him. So it's like this movie has great moments, and I love it just for that because in the middle of a tense situation, it'll go lighthearted, and then it'll instantly go back. It kept its pacing throughout. This is how you do a great movie: pacing. You know how to keep the audience's attentions because there's highs and lows. You don't just constantly raise the stakes. You slow it down every now and then. Introduce some jokes, introduce some humor, have some dialogue between them. Like the one guy who's having his first child, and he's basically talking to John Q, basically saying, "Oh, I just hope the child's healthy." And then he looks to John, basically saying, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything by it," because he had forgotten. He was just thinking about his own child. And then John basically looks at him, just, it's okay. It's just one of those things. I love this film because it always seems to hit close to home. It seems to have the great pacing, and Denzel Washington's portrayal is just amazing. But it hits close to home. Crap, I can't even talk anymore. It hits close to home for me because the majority of my childhood, from basically 2 years old to 20, when I had my brain surgery, that I spent in the hospital. So it's like, okay, yeah, it's nice to see a movie where parents basically going all out for their child, and yeah, it's nice to see.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles.